Zombie apocalypse.
This is Holy Mike at EPG Studios, guys. I'm so happy to be here today. If you guys didn't like and subscribe, would be much appreciated. So we're gonna be looking at what it's like to buy a computer in 1994. I'm pretty excited, guys, because I like computers and I like the history behind computers, and it's so cool to be able to look into the different factors of how computers are around back in the day. So I actually went ahead and here's some cool little facts. So Windows used to be on Macintosh back in the day. Windows used to operate the computers. Mac was like Dell or HP. They made the hardware for the computer, and Windows did the software for the computers. And actually, Mac didn't even make all the original mouse equipment. Except different private companies make the keyboard and the mouse, the Magic Mouse and Magic Keyboard back in the day before Apple started making them themselves. So that's kind of a little cool little fact. Apple did not make everything at the beginning. Even in class when I was I had Windows XP Mac computers, which is very interesting. I had those big giant Mac computers in class, and they had Windows XP on them, and we would run games on them too. It's so cool. Now it's not really a thing anymore. But hey, anyway, let's go and get right into it. Make sure you drop a like and subscribe. It's good.
So I see that when you buy the Macintosh 600, you're just buying this right here, and you put stuff with it.
Absolutely.
Oh, I see. This is it here.
Comes with a 160 meg hard drive and 4 megabytes of memory.
4 megabytes of data. Think about that. 4 megabytes. 4 megabytes of data. Compared to the computers now that have terabytes of data, that computer has 4 megabytes of data. Think about that. 4 megabytes of data. There's some games, mobile games that are 16 megabytes, but there's nothing that is under. It's just 10 megabytes of data. That the whole computer has 4 megabytes of data. Think about it. That means that the files back then were in KB, were very small files. 4 megabytes of data is not a lot. I mean, even tablets, like the smallest tablets you can get is 8 gigabytes, 16 gigabytes. I don't think you can even make 8 gigabytes anymore. It's pretty much 16 gigabytes and 32 gigabytes of gigabyte space in your tablet. So 4 megabyte computer, ouch. Like, even think about computers now, they have like 30 terabytes of storage. Like, if you really want to opt out your computer, you can really get that hard. I don't even have that close to terabyte, but I have more than most consoles do. But terabytes is what we usually go for now. Even phones now have 64 gigabytes. Some phones have a terabyte of storage. My cell phone has a terabyte of storage. It all depends on that. But let's just keep watching.
Has the extended keyboard.
And a laser
also.
printer. She wants a laser printer.
Okay.
But the laser printer isn't Macintosh.
You can get a Macintosh laser printer, sure. It's called the Apple Laser right now.
The old Apple
$1,900 just for this? $1,900 just for this?
Comes with a mouse and keyboard.
The old camera boom mics, like the one they had over here. They still kind of have those, but now news people usually have like clip-on mics. Now, wireless clip mics, you don't usually have the guy with the giant boom stand standing up ahead. They still have those though, but they're not really common anymore. That's not really a common thing anymore to have those giant boom stands anymore. Look at that old box TV. You can see the wood finish around them. They usually had the wood finishes like that back in the day. And also, I remember these type of TVs. They were meant to go in your living room. They're going kind of those wooden surfaces and stuff like that. So yeah. Man, these old clothes, the old style stores, guys. I know American furniture kind of has this vibe still. If you've ever been to American furniture, you know that they still have this kind of vibe. It kind of looks like this. So yeah, let's keep watching.
And I got to buy the printer, the keyboard. Oh, it comes with a keyboard. And I got to buy the printer. And how much is a laser printer then?
They're around $7.99.
$7.99 for a laser. Is this better?
This is $19.99.
This is
well,
better.
it has a faster processor. It uses the 6803.
If that had the faster processor, think about what the cheaper one processor had. The faster processor is nowhere in close to what we have nowadays in computers. And if you don't know, if you're watching the video, you're not familiar with what CPUs are, they're actually computer processing processing unit. And they are the heart of the computer. People used to think I used to think motherboards are the heart of the computer, but I actually think the CPU is the heart of the computer. CPU determines the amount of speed and a lot of clock speed you get in the computer, how fast you go, the different frequencies you get. So the CPU speed is very important to what CPU you have. It's very important to what you're doing with your computer.
30 chip running at 32 megahertz.
And you got to buy the thing to put the disc in separate too?
No, actually, it's right here, built in. This does come with a version. It's called the 600 CD, and it comes with a built-in CD-ROM.
So in other words, the guy's got to do a lot of thinking what he wants.
Fortunately, somebody.
So you can buy speakers for it too?
Uh-huh. And put them on, saved them to the hard drive.
You mean you can take a movie and they'll put it on the hard drive and you can show it back?
Yeah.
Oh, come on.
Yeah. There it is, right here.
You guys will cut it all out.
I don't think so.
It was on, look how bad quality that looks. Just so bad. Look how bad quality that is. But actually, that was, you see that guy's face impression? That was amazing to be able to put a disc inside of a computer and play it. That was just so mind blowing. To us now, people don't even worry about this. I still put discs in my computers because a lot of my games are like to play in the PC or disc games. So I have a disc drive on it. But some people don't use disc drive. Some people do. There's a lot of games you can't get on Steam and Origin, that kind of stuff. So you gotta have that disc drive. But yeah, disc drives and computers have always been a key component to me because I want to always make sure I can put movies and stuff in it.
Yeah, I'm thinking seriously about it. Only I'm gonna also need an instructor to go along with it. See how that works.
I'm not too sure why she's saying it does work. It's the model that they have, display model. So if it doesn't work, that's not really an important thing to me because a lot of display models are worn out because a lot of people are playing with them. And so I wouldn't use a display model to tell me if the product works or not because display models are burnt out. Like they're given the day that the product arrives and they're there the day that the product leaves. Display models are always the models that are worn out. And the last one to leave the store. So I wouldn't use this. Yeah, the display model may or may not work. I don't know why this is being determined as a factor, but hey. Old typing font.
Now see, it's running a different test this time, I think.
Well, I'm sure she wants to color screen.
$399 for what was it?
$13.99 for the CPU, the keyboard, and the mouse.
Okay.
You can tell this lady out here. You can tell she either has some money or she's like very prideful of herself. Cause you see the way she's standing out here. She feels very, 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 very happy with herself. You can kind of tell that. He looks like he's just a computer nerd that probably owns a whole bunch of these in his basement somewhere. But hey.
And then the monitor runs for about $384 as it is.
The Apple has been advertised as the most adaptable to kids and stuff
It is.
as well.
It's the easiest, most user-friendly.
It's basically the most user-friendly.
Right.
From the
She's the one that act like she know what she's talking about. The prideful one, the one that gets the computer still when your friend is like dumbfounded, deer in headlights. Like, yeah, I know everything. I know what I'm talking about. Yeah, I know everything. Yeah, that's kind of what she kind of is. Anyway, let's keep watching.
From the standpoint of what it can and cannot do. If you're going to be doing a lot of DOS, I don't recommend the Apple. Okay, go to an IBM. It's much better for you to stay with the system you're going to be using.
Why we gotta zoom in like that? I don't get that. What is the point of this? Why are we zooming in like this?
But how about the kids?
See, my
The kids are very easily, they adapt.
oh sure,
Kids-
much easier than we do.
Yeah, we have kids that come in 4 or 5 years old. They've seen Macintosh at school. They jump onto an IBM and they find things quickly.
Yeah. So if it were you, which would you?
Well, first off,
Go
I'd want to know
Macintosh
is what type of programs are your husband using right now, or is he using a computer at all? From a business standpoint, the IBM still has more of a stronghold. Not necessarily from what it can do, but from what most people in society are using. They're mostly using the IBMs.
You're going to have to
IBM was a big thing, but let's keep watching.
be compatible with other people that are doing the same thing.
And what you?
If you go with an Apple and it turns
All these fake zooms, like what?
around that a majority of the software produced by the chiropractic firms is IBM, you're gonna hate yourself. You really will.
That's a true statement.
Sure, yeah.
Stop.
All right, guys, that brings back a lot of memories, guys. So when I first learned about computers and the cool things that they can do, all the way to history on them too. It's very interesting. So anyway, guys, I have to say thank you. If you made it this far in the video, I appreciate it. And just drop a like and subscribe. And guys, if you can do is just take some time, get you guys a nice bottle of water, take a nice little sip, and hit mother thrust that like button. Anyway, I'll check out later. This is Holy Mike. Have a good one.